Hello everyone, Dr. John Bartemus here today with your Functional Medicine Minute. Have you ever seen a sinkhole or heard about the Florida sinkholes? Well, last night I was watching a show on Discovery about the sinkhole phenomenon that's going on all throughout the world, but the kind of sinkhole center of the United States is Florida. Why does this happen? Why is Florida the sinkhole center? Because Florida's land base, the first layer of earth that Florida sits on, is made up of limestone rock, and limestone rock and gypsum rock are two forms of rock that are very porous and allows water to flow through. So what happens is, if this is Florida and this is a homestead somewhere in Florida, what happens is limestone is very porous, and Florida has a lot of water underneath it as a state, because Florida as a state used to be submerged many thousands of years ago. So as the tectonic plates and things shifted and the world developed to the point where it is now, Florida raised as sea level dropped. So Florida is really underlaid by lots of caves and caverns filled with water. And so what this is a house in Florida that somebody bought and somebody lives in, and they have their normal life. Everything seems good. Well, Florida is very sandy and doesn't have a lot of clay like North Carolina. So we have sandy ground, and as you get deeper into the earth, we have limestone. And beneath, let's imagine this as a cave or an open space filled with water. And what happens is when the water is passing through with tides and things of that nature, water actually passes through the limestone rock and erodes it as time goes by. So this rock, over time, as water is passing in and out this way, will erode this hole and eventually make it larger and larger. And so what happens is, over time, things are getting worse and worse beneath the earth, but the people living above it have no idea what's going on. So it can erode from below the earth, but another thing that can erode it is flooding on top of the earth. So if we have lots of storms, hurricanes, etc., that bring lots of rain, that flooding can increase the size of this potential future sinkhole. Another thing that can is a lot of irrigation through farming. So Florida has a lot of irrigation going on. So what happens is we have a storm or lots of flooding, storm or lots of irrigation that causes flooding on the surface, and that water trickles down through to this area, causing this top part to give away and pour in. And as that pours in, other layers of the earth start to pour in, because remember, Florida has sandy ground, not clay, so it doesn't stick together too well. It's just going to kind of flow to the path of least resistance. So with changing tides, we have erosion of the limestone. With lots of irrigation and hurricanes and rainstorms that cause flooding, we have breakdown of this limestone, and eventually what happens is a sinkhole occurs where the top layer of earth just gives away here, and we lose our car and we lose our house, and people say, out of nowhere, everything was great and then I lost everything. So that is my very non-professional, uneducated geological example of a sinkhole. But I was thinking about it and I said, well, this relates a lot to people's health. It's a good analogy for health, because most people think that health and poor health are a result of their germs, genes, or bad luck. So in that model, what they do is they live their whole life healthy, everything's going good, and then finally one day there's a traumatic event that out of nowhere their health takes a nosedive, and all of a sudden they have that heart attack, or they have that cancer diagnosis, or they have that autoimmune diagnosis. But if we look at this example, what happens is, on the surface, if you judge your health by how you feel, you're being tricked, because you feel great over years and years and years, but underneath, what you can't feel is the disease developing and that hole developing that's eventually going to be a sinkhole and suck your health from you as well as your life from you. So what I want to relate to you today is, do not judge your health on how you feel, because everyone feels good until they have that first heart attack. The first symptom of a heart attack is a heart attack, right? The first symptom of a cancer diagnosis many times is the cancer diagnosis. So don't judge your health by how you feel. Judge your health with objective measures. Even when you're feeling good, get periodic testing to see, do my feelings match my actual health? And that's where functional medicine comes in. Functional medicine can do blood testing, urine testing, saliva testing, all kinds of testing to say, hey, you feel good, but let's see what's going on underneath. Is there a sinkhole that is just a ticking time bomb waiting to steal your life? Or are you actually healthy, just like you feel good? So if you are interested in searching out sinkholes in your health picture, give me a call. I'd be happy to work with you and test you to see that if your feelings are telling you the truth or if there's really something going on beneath. I'm Dr. John Bartemus. Have a great day.